Hi, I'm Simon and I'm here to talk to you today about anxiety and depression. Depression coming from the past traumas, humiliations, and problems that you faced that still affect you today and put you down in your moods and rob you of your energy, drain you of your vitality, and make you feel terrible all around. Anxiety from the future, thinking about the things that you need to face or do or complete that you don't really want to do or you're afraid of, and they instill your mind and your body with the sense of dread or fear, and it creates a level of pressure that seems to continue for hours or days. Now, both of these things are our body's way of warning us that we need to be making some kind of action to help us deal with what is going on, to help us deal with the past in the case of depression and deal with the future in the case of anxiety. A lot of people would say, so you suffer depression, oh, I feel so sorry for you, or you suffer anxiety, I feel so sorry for you. Obviously, there's something psychologically wrong with you. I am so sorry. That's a lie. If you really do suffer from depression or you really do suffer from anxiety, it means you have an even greater propensity for success or for greatness in your life, to attain something that you probably think is impossible. And the reason why this is true for people that suffer from depression and anxiety is that the depression itself or the anxiety itself tests us. Imagine when you hit rock bottom under depression and there's just so much uh, intensity and so many problems and so many bad feelings that have accumulated that you're absolutely incapable of participating in the world, in the outside world. You're in your bed, you're feeling like the whole world is against you and that you're not worth a cent and that you are completely missing from the world. You're not supposed to, you don't belong. You're not supposed to be here, you know? And it's very interesting because I think deep down, it's only those people who go through that experience that can have the ultimate success or improve themselves to the point where they're absolutely unrecognizable from that time of their life when they were depressed. The same goes for anxiety when people are focused on the future and they are so worried about what's going to happen tomorrow or next week or in their job or whatever it is that's coming up for them, that they feel this deep sense of dread, and it really affects the body. It increases cortisol and some other hormones that have some bad effects on the skin and your sleep, and induce bad diets and induce drinking alcohol to try to shut it all out, and it doesn't work. It just makes it worse. So it's quite fascinating. And so both things are like, can get out of control and become monsters, but both of them are testing you on an internal level, and both of them are telling you to get up and seek help so that you can take on the next level, so that you can develop yourself to the next level. When we are suffering either extreme anxiety or extreme depression, it is necessary to seek therapy in the first place. It is a million times more productive for you to talk to a professional about the things that you are feeling, the problems that you are perceiving, and the ways you're perceiving the world, than to start just getting a prescription for some kind of drug. So you don't need to spend the time with that person talking about your problems. Talking about your problems and discovering your own internal dialogue and your internal narrative is the secret step to finding your life again, to finding greatness. And what they've actually said in the research that I've been reading lately is that people who have either had extreme depression or extreme anxiety tend to have greater levels of success than people who never suffer from those things. So intense emotions, intense feelings, either of future dread or past dread in this case, let's say, develop you more than someone who never felt that, you know. So what you need to internalize here is that it's an asset. You may be thinking that depression or anxiety are just costs on your life. They are liabilities. They are things that have swallowed your energy, that have taken away, drained your life force. And this is true to a certain extent, but a lot of it is just an illusion, and some of it is your body's reaction to that illusion. They didn't physically take anything away from you. In fact, they tested you and they made you feel things that normally you wouldn't feel, and they tested you to a level that perhaps not even life itself could test you to, because the mind can be a strong ally or a strong enemy. When we're in those states, it feels like the mind is a strong enemy, can turn against us, and sometimes what it is doing without your permission is preparing you for the future. Does that mean that you can just let it go and let it happen? No, you need to seek therapy. You need to be able to understand what is going on in your mind. You need to understand what is going on in your mind, because that is the key to being able to embrace a healthy and bright and strong future for yourself. But just remember that the shame that comes with depression or the shame that comes with anxiety is completely unnecessary, because people that never have to face that are weaker in the long run. It sounds bad, it sounds like I'm judging them, but we are conditioned by the outside world and our internal worlds. If we have not been conditioned, if we have not been prepared, we are weaker. We cannot actually deal with big problems. And someone who has faced those things, someone who has been to rock bottom in depression, or someone who has, literally crashed through anxiety, these are people that can generally deal with more in the future as well. They can deal with more intense problems, with the dread, and they understand things that someone who hasn't gone through those things can never understand. Thank you for being here on my video today. Remember, if you do suffer from depression or anxiety, please seek professional help in the form of a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or some kind of therapist, where you can rebound your ideas off them and really get a true sense of what is going on and who you are. These things can help you to take the next rational and sensible steps to taking on a healthy future. Thank you for being here today. Please do the obvious and like and subscribe, or dislike and send a comment to me about why this information doesn't fit, and I'll see you on my next video.